Hey, 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 thank you so much. Hey, Eric, thank you for having me. Talk about bad news. I got the COVID. Can you imagine getting the COVID? My husband and I, we both got it. We were both born for a pandemic. And when people found out, they were like, oh my God, if you got it, then there's no hope for the rest of humanity. Because you don't understand. It's like we would walk in. I had to go, I had a job and we had to go to a hotel. So we walk into the hotel room, we're armed with our rubber gloves and masks, all our disinfectants and everything. I walk in, I'm like, you get the bathroom, I'll get the remotes. And it's like, we are the hazmat crew. And just so you know, my husband was born a prognosticator. Like, before we go away on a trip, he'll start watching plane crashes. And I'm like, why are you watching plane crashes? He's like, I want to be the one that survives. I'm like, okay. And then right before the news came out that you had to like stock up on paper towels and toilet paper, do you guys remember this? Do you remember?
Yeah.
We live in a 1-bedroom apartment. I looked like I was living in a Costco aisle. I mean, it was crazy. And, and his favorite pastime is like driving into remote areas and hitting a Walmart so we can stock up and, get more than 3 things of Lysol wipes. I mean, we're both so crazy. So anyway, we get the COVID and it really knocked me on my ass. And I have to tell you, he got the fever. I didn't get the fever, but I did lose my sense of smell and taste. And you know what really sucked about that? I'll tell you, I never lost the taste for junk food. I don't know what it is, when you get sick, you want all the comfort food. For me, it's cupcakes and Rice Krispie treats. And you think that I couldn't smell or taste the butter or the marshmallows that would stop me from eating it? Nope. And I thought for sure, oh my God, this is great. I'm going to lose all the weight that I gained from sitting on my ass and being depressed and just being like, oh, I have no work. I'm just going to eat my feelings. And eating your feelings, when you can't taste and smell, it's worse. It's like it could bring you down, if you know what I'm saying. But anyway, I started doing a lot of these shows. I've done the virtual shows, and I thank you so much for even like burping so I can hear a little bit of feedback. It goes a long way, people. I'm really appreciative of that. But I started doing in-person shows, and I went up to this resort, and they had me standing behind this huge plexiglass window. And I got to tell you, I felt like a sex worker in Amsterdam. Seriously. I don't know if you've ever been, and you're like, hey, $5, make you holler. Come on. Crazy. Oh, and then the best is, so then they moved me inside. So I was standing about 12 feet away from everybody. And then there's the audience members. Everybody's with a mask on. Now, look, if you're laughing hysterically, no reaction. I got to tell you, I felt like an extra in The Handmaid's Tale. It's really creepy. So, this is going to be a public service announcement. Just wear your fucking mask, people, because we got to get through this. I mean, this is fun. This is great. But I think we all want to be, have more of a tactile experience. But that's just me. Anyway, I got married late. And when I first moved with my husband, we live in New York City, and I was living in LA. I moved to New York, and I moved in with him. He's on the Upper East Side. And if you guys aren't familiar with the Upper East Side, I call it Bedpan Alley, because it's all the major hospitals. Okay. And I even said to him, I go, coming from LA where you smell, jasmine and the air is great. If it's not, the Santa Ana winds aren't kicking up your neighbors like ball sweat. It's just so noisy. And I even said to him, I go, why did you pick this area? And he's such a like, my brain, this is COVID brain. I'm forgetting my joke. Oh, fuck. Where did that joke go? Ever happened to anybody? So I said to him, I go, why did you pick this area? And he's like, are you kidding? New York Presbyterian, Hospital for Special Surgery, the J. Moynihan Center for Gastrointestinal Diseases. He goes, who needs an ambulance when you got a luggage cart and a concierge? So he's a hypochondriac. That's the word I was looking for. He's a hypochondriac. And I got to tell you, you know what his bedside reading is? It was like the book of symptoms. I mean, he thinks he's got everything. He starts coughing and he's like, oh my God, what do you think it is? I'm like, tuberculosis and you're dying. How's that life insurance policy? But I'm just going to wrap up. We did go away. We had a romantic evening. Middle of the night, he gets up and I hear this thud and I panicked and I went, oh my God, I'm rich. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Stay healthy, wear your mask. Thank you so much for having me.